Yo, what is up guys, Azure Soul here. Today I wanted to talk about the video game called TRIBENINE. Now listen, I've been enjoying the hell out of this game. I really have. I really have, especially lately. I finally got time to like properly play it since the hype and my addiction to Monster Hunter has cooled down a bit. I've had time to play all the games again, and I finally got time to properly put time into TRIBENINE since its launch. It came out like I think a little bit before Monster Hunter, and I got into it around the time it came out, so I didn't have time to play it. But fair warning, just fair warning, or disclaimer, whatever you call it, this video is not sponsored. This is not a sponsored video at all. I'm just having fun with the game, and I want to talk about the game. It is not sponsored. I will just be yapping. Right, I usually half script these. I was half scripting this one. I didn't like it. I just put bullet points up. We're yapping. We just got bullet points to keep me on track because I know what I'm like. I will put timestamps in the video, but you have been warned if you do end up listening to the whole thing without going for the timestamps, I'll be yapping in between each section, if I can even section it correctly while I'm just yapping. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy, and hopefully this video makes you want to go and play TRIBENINE. I'm just going to also add in that this game was made by Akatsuki Games / I think the name is 2Kyo Games, but basically this game was made by the original creators of Danganronpa. Let's get right into it. So TRIBENINE, it is a video game based on the anime series that came out a couple years back, and it's set in a neo-Tokyo, like a dystopian sort of like futuristic Tokyo, right? Or like semi-futuristic, whatever, man. Anyway, listen, we're going to talk about this game, right? We're going to talk about the story very briefly because I don't want to spoil anyone, but I'm just going to give you a brief summary of the story. There are 24 cities in neo-Tokyo. There's a villain that popped up within the past couple of years, and he's taken them all over. He's taken over all the cities, and he's got this satellite, this next satellite in space, and anyone that pisses him off, he'll just take that satellite and it'll blow you up. That is literally it. That's what he does, right? So everyone's scared of this guy. He's apparently got some next powers. I ain't gonna lie, there's a lot of BS in the story's logic, like the anime logic stuff. There's some anime logic stuff in this damn story, but outside of that, the writing is very consistent, and the dialogue never feels like it's a waste of time. Like seriously, it never feels like it's a waste of time. I always feel like the characters are showing their very distinct personalities and traits throughout each single cutscene. And it never feels like the dialogue is ever wasted with the main story. I ain't gonna talk about those damn side quests. But the main story, it never feels like there's a wasted cutscene. And I do love that about the game, and I do appreciate that about the game. I will add on that you play as the protagonist Kuronaka Yo, and you suffer from amnesia. That's all I'm gonna say about the story, the story. I don't really want to ruin it because the game has a lot of good plot twists, and it's just really interesting. It's a really interesting setup for an anime type story, right? It's really good. Again, I am not sponsored, but I'm going to throw in, if you do plan on picking this game up, I very highly recommend you watch the anime TRIBENINE that came out a couple years ago, because it is a prequel to this game. It takes place a couple years before the story of the game. How many exact amount of years, we don't exactly know, but it is confirmed that it has been quite a few years since the ending of the anime. The anime is quite short. I think it's like 12, 13 episodes. I can't remember. Again, talking off the dome here, but go check it out. I'm not sponsored. It just really helps you enjoy the game a lot more, okay? All right, we're going to move on to the next segment. The gameplay. We're going to talk about the gameplay. So we're going to briefly go over the skills. The gameplay is when you're in the open world, it's like an overworld, it's like semi, I guess it's open zone, not open world. It's like open zone. You walk around, you walk into an enemy, right? You attack an enemy, it starts a battle. The battles are action, 3D action-based battles with a JRPG aesthetic to it. Every character has the skills consisting of a primary attack, a secondary attack, a strategy skill, and a ultimate and chain attack. The chain attack we will come back to in a moment. I just want to talk about the first set of skills that I mentioned. So you've got your primary attack, which is like your basic combo, right? You're 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, depending on the character. The number's different. It's usually 3 hits. Now that I think about it, it's usually 3 hits. Am I bugging? There is one new character that just came out, and hers is like 2 hits. But it's unique, so that's a whole another thing, whatever. It's usually about 3 hits. There's a secondary attack, and there's the strategy skill that I mentioned. Think of these as skill 1 and skill 2, right? So the secondary attack, which is skill 1, that takes up some of your stamina gauge to activate that attack. And then your strategy skill, so your strategy skill, how do I explain this? The reason this game's so fun to play when it comes to characters, the strategy skill is different for every character and how it works. For some characters, you might pop the strategy skill first and then the secondary attack, which is your first skill, right? Strategy skill is like skill 2, right? So let's just get skill 1, skill 2, just to not confuse you. But Or maybe you might find it less confusing, I don't know. But let's say for some characters you want to play around their skill 2 usage, and some characters you play around their skill 1 usage. Some characters, like the latest character, you play around their basic attack and their skill 2 usage. It's really interesting. Every character plays completely different. They have different gauges, different stacks. It's really cool, like how they implemented. Like every character is fun to play. Like you end up wanting to play all the characters in the game for the most part, unless you like really hate a character's design or gameplay style, right? But there's a character for everyone in this game, I can guarantee you that much. Then there is the ultimate ability. This is in line with the tension gauge. There's a unique mechanic in this game called the tension gauge that you build and the enemy builds. You both build your own tension. The enemy builds tension when they hit you, and I believe they build it when you hit them. They build some bullshit. The way you build tension is by breaking the enemy and performing chain attacks. That's the best, unless you have passives that say otherwise. The best way to do it is go for chain attacks. Now, how does chain attacks work? How does breaking work? Well, every character has certain skills, so whether they're primary, secondary, or strategy, that build up an invisible bar called the break bar, right? The reason it's invisible is because you can't see this bar. But what essentially happens is the more you hit enemies with these certain attacks that have a balance stat on them, like, oh, this attack inflicts heavy balance, this attack inflicts light balance, this attack inflicts a X amount of balance, right, on the enemy, or knocks their balance, however they word it. You end up seeing their HP, you'll probably see it in the gameplay in this video that I got on screen, but you end up seeing their HP start shaking. You see it like sort of like there's like a reverberation around the HP bar, and that lets you know they're going to break soon. So if you hit them with one of those break attacks that specifically does a decent amount of balance damage or break damage, that will end up breaking the target. And when that happens, you can do these special chain attacks with each of your characters. Every character also has either a perfect dodge or a perfect counter, and then a regular dodge as well. This varies from character to character, and it doesn't have any factors as in like, oh, all range characters have a perfect dodge. No, because my baby girl Miyu here, who's my main, she has a counter and she's a ranged character, right? So it literally varies from character to character. Every character also has 1 to 2 passive skills, and you get these via ranking them up. So there's some other stuff in the character's kit. Every character has a skill for the other type of content in this game, which is called XB, right? Which is basically fighting / baseball at the same time. If you're a fan of that, it's really cool. I love it. I genuinely love it. It's what really got me into it. I was like, hold on, like when I was playing the tutorial, before I started watching the anime, I was playing the tutorial and I was like, yo, this shit kind of cool. Hold on. They're boxing and baseball at the same time. And I do like my sports anime. I do like Diamond No Ace and all that. So I'm sitting there like, yo, this is cool, man. Anyway, I'm yapping. Sorry, guys. So XP, it's this fun little game where basically, yeah, it's baseball / boxing at the same time. And every character has like a special skill they can pull off during the XP games. And they have passives as well, and different, like, it's different, like, it really gets quite intricate. There's even a PvP mode. It seems so far that you get to play at least once in the story in each chapter at some point. I'm not going to say when, because that would, like, spoil it. But the other way you can play is there's literally a PvP mode for it. There's a ranked PvP and a casual PvP you can play with friends, which I just want to add on as well. The game is not region locked. Believe it or not, I know, right? So used to these gacha games having region locked friendships. Like, no, or friend list, sorry. But you can literally, I have my American friend on my friends list, which is like amazing. Speaking of gameplay, there is another awesome feature about the combat of this game that I really enjoy. It's like a Tales game, like a Tales of game. All your characters are fighting at the same time, your whole team. You've got you playing as whatever character you pick to play. You've got the 2 other characters acting as AI. Interesting thing about that is you might build characters a certain way depending on how the AI reacts as well, which is really interesting. And you can change on the fly, which is pretty cool. Which is pretty fucking cool. You can change on the fly. You can just go back and forth, man, like between this character, this character, this character. Oh, I want to use this character's ult. You don't even need to change them to use their ult, sorry. I want to use this character's secondary attack, or I want to use this character's strategy skill real quick. I want to use it. I want to place where it goes, or attack a certain enemy, or blah, blah, blah. You can change whether they target the same enemy as you, or if they target different enemies, like for their priority of target. It's really cool, man. I like the fact that I see my whole team on the field all the time, and I can swap whenever as well. I don't have to worry about, man, I have to go into battle with this character and I have to play as this character. No, you can just swap whenever. If you feel like you are better with a certain character against a certain enemy, you can just swap, man, and it's really, really fun and really, really good and just more engaging. There's a lot going on the screen though, so I don't know about you guys. I had to like make some of the numbers, damage numbers faint, because there's just so much going on the screen with a lot of characters. But yeah, it's really fun. That's all the gameplay stuff that I can think of. The other section of the gameplay would be the overworld exploration, right? It's kind of open zone. It's not open world, it's more like open zone. Massive cities, different zones. There's stuff you can pick up. There's side quests. The side quests in this game are the easiest side quests I've ever played in my life, guys. You literally, there's a side quest where like you'll see a notification for it, talk to an NPC. If you don't care about side quests, just mash like 3 or 4 dialogues, boom, you got a pull. Every side quest gives you 1 standard pull ticket. And I'm just like, bet I can go do it. You know what I'm saying? You just stock up hella pulls, man. Do like 20, 30, but like it's so nice. The side quests, because I'm one of those people, I do tend to mash through most side quests in video games, unless it's really like integrated to the story. Off topic, but a good example was like FF7 remake or FF16. I know 2 of the similar titles, but again, their side quests are very integrated with the story and they feel very naturally like part of it. So I don't mind that shit. But most games, I don't care about story. So if you don't care about side quests, man, right? If you don't care about side quests, you just mash, you get your pulls easy as fuck. Usually they're like, oh, go here, do this. There's only like maybe 1 or 2 side quests you got to pay attention to what they're telling you to do. But then again, very straightforward. Very easy. The only one you might have trouble with is finding the roses on these one set of side quests. But again, Google is your best friend. You'll find the answer. Don't worry about it. But anyway, back to the actual, like, if you look at the art style of this game, which is one thing I like about this game, when you're outside of battle, it's a pixelated 2.5D like sort of graphic style, which is really cool. If you're a fan of the Octopath Traveler games, or if you're a fan of like the OG pixelated art style of most JRPGs, or if you're a fan, I specifically think this game reminds me a lot of Pokemon Black and White / Black and White 2. With the way it's pixelated with the 2.5D and the buildings and stuff, I think it really gives me a black and white feel on top of Octopath, which is really, really good. Really, really good, and I really enjoy it. And if you like that art style, hey, you can play the game. If you like Danganronpa, this game is made by the Danganronpa guys. It's got the Danganronpa art style, which you've probably noticed throughout the video, or my B-roll if you've been watching the video. The voice acting in the game is really, really good. If you're someone who enjoys voice acting, then it's really, really good. The game is only in Japanese voices though, so if you're not a fan, if you like to have your English dub, you might not enjoy the game as much, but if you don't mind playing in Japanese, then the game is only available in Japanese voice language at the moment, I believe. The music, the OST, fire. Danganronpa OST always fire. I've only played like one of the games and I've seen like one of the anime, but OST is always fire for the Danganronpa guys. They do the music for, their team does the music for the Digimon Cyber Sleuth games as well. Just banging bangers everywhere, man. Music is good. The graphics are really good when you are in the action like part of it as well. So take away the pixelated stuff now. When you're actually in the fight, the frames are pretty good. The game runs well. I've had barely any issues. Sometimes it takes a while to load into a fight, maybe if you've just changed your team over. But after that, you usually get into fights pretty quickly. After you've changed your team once, the first fight takes a while. Other than it's not really many issues. There's gear. While we're still talking about the games, that there is gear in the game. I know. If you're coming from any gacha, almost any gacha game, you're probably like, oh my god, yeah, how's the gear system? Right, okay. I actually like it on this game. It's similar to Wuthering Waves, where you get your substat, that's your substat, deal with it, right? There is recipes in the game that you can get later on. I think you literally get it. I think I got it in the end game. I'm pretty sure I did. Where you can get a recipe where you select one of your gear pieces, and you're more likely to get the substats of that gear piece on your next set of gear pieces for I think like X amount of battles as you go through while that's in effect, which is pretty cool. There is a skill on gear for like per character. Every character can get a skill for them on the gear specifically for them that upgrades one of the levels of their attacks. Now their attacks get upgraded when you rank them up anyway, right? But you can add on top of that. Like let's say you got a character who all their damage comes from their secondary skill, and you find some gear that levels up their secondary skill, you're going to want to equip that, but just obviously you hope it has good substats as well. English, I can't speak English, don't worry about it. RNGesus at the end of the day is going to be your best friend when it comes to gear in any game. You can't fully manipulate anything, you just got to hope RNGesus does its thing. If I am given misinformation on the way that equipment stat selector works, please let me know down below. I'm still new to the game. I recently beat the base game, like the first 2 chapters. As for the end game, let's talk about the end game. Outside of the gear, there's 2 end game modes. There is the Fractal Vice, which is basically your simulated universe from Honkai Star Rail, or your let's do like to compare it to any other gacha. It's your roguelike game mode where you go through multiple levels to get to the end of the corridors, and like you get these regenerated levels. I think this resets when I did the tutorial. I think it said it resets every week. I will come back and talk about the end game like properly. Like this is more so like this is a review, but this is also like a sort of impressions. I will definitely come back and talk about the end game in another video once I've properly experienced it. I don't have too much to say on the end game at the moment. I did 1 round of Fractal Vice. I got my ass handed to me because the lower I got down, the levels got higher and I was under leveled. The other thing of the end game, like I mentioned earlier, there's the PvP side, which is XP, which you can play, which is pretty cool. I did play at least 1 or 2 matches of that. I do enjoy that. That's quite fun. I do enjoy the XP. I think the XP is one of the coolest aspects of this game. We're going to talk about the banners real quick. Just like any gacha, man, RNG just needs to be on your side. But this game has a weapon banner, a character banner. Those are both right up at the time. And then you've got a standard banner, which you can get weapons or characters on. This game has 3-star characters, 2-star characters, and 1-star to 3-star weapons. So think of your 2-star and 3-star characters as like your 4 and 5 stars from like Honkai Star Rail, I'll say, since this channel usually covers Honkai Star Rail. Hard pity is 80. There is no soft pity. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. If there is one and it's people like data mined it and it's confirmed or something, let me know if there's soft pity. From what I remember and what I looked into, there is no soft pity in this game. It is not recommended to do single pulls, because if you do 10 single pulls, for example, there's no guarantee within those 10 singles you'll get a 2-star or above. It doesn't work like that. If you're coming here from a Hoyo game, it doesn't work like that, where you're like, oh man, if I do like 2 more singles, I'll be able to get like, there's a chance I can get my 4-star within the 10 pulls early. That's not a thing. Always do temples. There's no reason not to go for temples on this game, unless you got like, for some whatever reason you've done singles before, and then you've got those extra, like you need like 4 or 5 pulls until you hit that 80 and you know you're gonna get your 3-star or something, right? Outside of that, there's no reason for you to be doing single pull in this game. I wouldn't recommend it. I would not recommend it, not in this game. The rates themselves were really bad on launch, and then they got fixed in a patch like 2 weeks later. I think like a week or 2 later they got fixed. I played after the patch, so I missed out. If you had played before the patch, you could have got refunded the pulls and got extra pulls, which was really cool. But it is what it is. I can't do much about it. The rates I find were pretty decent for re-rolling. I don't usually re-roll in gacha games, but if you guys are, whether you're a fan of re-rolling or not, I highly recommend you re-roll in this game, because re-rolling in this game, out of any other gacha I've ever played in my life, takes 1 minute, man. Literally like 45, depending on how fast you are. I think Vulcan respected a dude who is how I found out about re-rolling when I started the game. I believe he did it in like 45 seconds. Depends on how fast you click, man. So like I usually don't re-roll, but I did re-roll on this game, and I'm glad I did, because I got the exact 3 stars I wanted. The main 2-3 stars I wanted when I started the game, and it's helped me enjoy the game a lot more, because I haven't been too lucky since with the 3 stars. I haven't been too lucky. I mean, I did get the rate ups I have been, but not the standard 3 stars. So I do recommend re-rolling on this game. Like I said, if you want a good guide for re-rolling, Vulcan has one on his channel. I'll put a picture up here on the thing, you'll see it. Go check him out. Really good re-roll guide on there. Outside of that, man, just pray to RNGesus if you are going to pull. It's all luck based at the end of the day, man. That's all it ever is. But the rates are definitely better than they were. I ain't gonna lie to you, I didn't feel like looking up percentages, man. I'm recording, but the rates are better than they were on launch. Let's just say that. Are they the best? I don't know. You can compare it to other gacha if you want to. I can't be bothered, man. One thing I would like to talk about just before we get to the negatives is, out of any gacha I've ever played, I've played a lot of gacha games. I've played a lot of gacha games in my lifetime. Out of any gacha game I've ever played, this is the easiest bloody game to just level up a lot of characters. This is one of the few games I would sit there and like, usually you tell everyone, only level up 3 characters. Yo, you can gladly level up 3 to the max and then just pick up another 3 and go level them, man. Like, you're not losing out on anything, because the XP that the enemies drop in this game is decent enough that you can just run around the map and level up your characters, and you get XP foods. I didn't realize this. I didn't realize until very late. I don't know how I missed it. I just didn't go and talk to the NPC. There's a chef NPC. Every time, the minute that chef NPC unlocks, talk to that dude, and every time he messages you, go and talk to him again, because he gives you these recipes where you can increase the amount of XP you get for the next like 10 battles, basically like an XP, like a double XP item for the next like 10 battles or so. So you make sure you go and talk to the chef dude when you can. So now let's talk about the negatives. My biggest pet peeve I had with this game on launch was 2 pet peeves. It was actually my 2 biggest pet peeves was to do with the map. Right, those are my 2 biggest issues, and they are, one of them has been fixed and one of them is going to get fixed soon. The developers spoke about it. I'm going to show a picture on the screen that shows, so as I'm talking about it. So the map design in general is ass. It's straight ass. It's dog cheese. It's terrible. It's so hard to tell where you are sometimes, or where an area connects to. It's just a really bad map. Now, I'm not stupid. I'm a little bit stupid, but I'm not that stupid. The map is just a bad map. The devs have addressed this. They will be updating the map soon, and I'm very happy about that. Another issue I had is, while you're on the overworld, you can find graffiti, right? And eventually you do want to kind of get them all if you want the max rewards for finding all the graffiti in the game, and you want to just 100% the game, right? Or you just want to 100% the map and get all the gems, so you can get all your pulls. I wanted them to add in a way for me to check how much graffiti I have left in each area, and they've literally done that. They've literally done that. The first major update they had, they said, hold on, hold up, hold my phone. We're adding it in, and and that has helped me so much. You'll probably see, I ain't gonna lie, in a lot of my gameplay on screen, you'll see my mouse move back and forth a lot while I'm on the map. It's because I take my hand off my controller for 2 seconds to check, because I have the interactive map on my other screen, because I'm checking for the graffiti, because I'm just trying to get it as I'm going through. Listen, man, we need them gems, and it's an easy thing to collect, especially since it's so helpful now that they just have it in game. I can check what I'm missing, which is really, really good. One thing I don't like about the game is the status windows, like when you check the stats of a character, attack, defense, support. They don't do a good job of telling you exactly what each stat affects. Good example is support. You got to sit there and find a character that actually needs support in the kit without them telling you exactly what support does. Like, I know what it does now, right? Which is good. It took me a minute. I had to look it up. I was like, okay, what does this do, man? Like, what exactly does this affect? It was really annoying. It's really annoying, man. But yeah, stuff like that. I just wish they would have more detailed descriptions of the statuses on characters. Another negative that really irritates me, like it's really irritating at Akatsuki Games, if you are listening, if there's any chance you are listening to this video, please get rid of the red notifications that are constantly at the top of my screen when I have weapons that need to be limit broken, or not need to be, you want me to limit break them. I don't want to waste resources on something. Let me choose when I want to limit break a weapon. Same with characters. They're like, oh, rank up this character because you got them to level 15 so they can rank up. Do it. And I'm like, oh my god. Yes, it's easy to level up the characters, but don't force me to rank them up when I'm not ready to rank them up. It's very irritating. I hate games that do that because it's like the OCD in me. So you've probably seen it throughout this video. The red notifications at the top of my screen. I apologize. It's the stupid game. The game is trying to force me to do some shit that I don't want to do, and I hate being forced to do something I don't want to do, especially in a game where I'm like, where it considers my resources. It's really irritating. Akatsuki Games, please get rid of that, like ASAP. We're gonna talk about skins. This game does something that, oh my god, I wish the Hoyo games would do more often. Is there's just skins like everywhere. Like when you start the base game, the first battle pass had 3 skins on the battle pass, straight up, just 3 skins. There was skins in the store. You can get these like fashion tickets from events and stuff, which at the moment I believe there's a music event you can get tickets from. But yeah, there's 3 skins on the battle pass. On the latest battle pass that just came out, 3 more skins. The fact that it looks like we're going to be getting back-to-back 3 skins every single battle pass, and they're not like any like, they're not little like, they're not just recolors. They're not just like edited skins of stuff. They're completely different skins. They're like they're not one-to-one at all. There's a completely different outfit for each character that is on that battle pass with a skin, which is absolutely amazing. And they're high quality. They're not no low quality like freaking skin. They really, like, the details are good. Like, they're good, man. So that is yeah, the battle pass is your like general, like you got your free battle pass and you got your premium battle pass. This game does have what I like to call a Welkin Moon equivalent, which is when you buy like a monthly sub for like maybe like $4.99 in my country, like everyone's got, and you get like every time you log into the game, you might get like 90 gems a day, right? For 28 days or like a month since you've made that purchase, that specific purchase of that specific like subscription, like an in-game subscription. I just call it the Welkin equivalent personally, so you guys know what I'm talking about. I think that's it for monetization. I'm looking at my bullet points. I think I've spoken about everything. I don't think there's anything else I'm missing. I hope not. If I am, well, hey, you've made it to the end of the video. If you did make it this far, thank you very much. This was literally a yap session, but I had a lot of fun recording this, if I'm being honest with you, and I hope you had fun listening to it. Check out the anime. Again, not sponsored, man. We're not sponsored. The anime is on Crunchyroll, and currently, for a limited time, it is streaming on the official YouTube channel. So go watch it. Go watch it on the YouTube channel, or go watch it on Crunchyroll if you have a sub. It's up to you where you want to watch it, man. But I recommend you watch it on YouTube to support the game. Anyway, catch you guys in the next one. We will be talking about TRIBENINE some more. Like I said, I think I said it earlier, maybe not. Who knows? I'm saying it again. If you made it to this part of the video, I appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next one. Let me know down below if you tried the game, if you enjoyed the game, and all that. And yeah, peace.